pew. This is where President of Ireland sits during the services when he visits the cathedral. Here, in the front of it, there is a royal coat of arms. It's a symbol of the royal representative before Irish independence. So, Royal Viceroy of Dublin, that's his coat of arms. That's how it looked like. On the bottom, on the back, you can see the President's seal of office. This is a golden harp on a blue background. And again, as I said before, blue repeats in the Irish history. And I have a question for you. Have you seen this harp somewhere before already?
It's the flip of the Guinness.
Yeah. So that's what actually I meant, the Guinness. So this is actually the same harp. And now there's a funny story behind it, because when Ireland got independence, they were looking for some symbol to represent Ireland. And they actually asked the Guinness brewery if they can use the same harp as a symbol of Ireland, and they said yes, but you have to flip it on its axis. So that's what actually happened. This is the same harp as the one on your Guinness can, it's just from the other side. Okay? Okay, if you look over there, this is a pulpit. This is where our priests give the sermons from during the Sunday services actually. So this pulpit was installed here during the Guinness restoration in 1860s and is dedicated to Dean Pakenham, who was a dean of this cathedral during the Guinness restoration. Over there you can see the lectern, the brass eagle lectern. This is where the passages of the Bible were being read from during the daily services. And you can see there is an eagle, the brass eagle. Eagle is known as the strongest of birds, and it carries a ball which symbolizes the earth, and then on its back it carries the word of God. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Guinness restoration. So in 1850s, the cathedral was in a terrible state of decay. Imagine, it was built in 13th century. And there was no restoration till 1850s. It was really bad, we can imagine that. Even Charles Dickens, who came to Ireland in 1853, he wrote that the cathedral is in a lamentable state of decay and something needs to be done in here. So fortunately for us, the member of the congregation and the famous brewer, Benjamin Lee Guinness, he stepped forward and he decided to undertake the restoration and modernization of the cathedral himself. He spent his own money, which was for that time £150,000. For today's money is 30 million euro. So it was a lot. And what was done that time? So all the partitions from the cathedral were removed. The large area was created. For example, that area, as I told you before, maybe you remember, that was a chapter house. So there was a door of reconciliation in the middle, the door that is now at the moment. So it was removed and connected to the main nave. This place where we've been before, South Transept, it was also a separate area, separated from the main nave by a screen, and it actually functioned as a parish church. It was actually called St. Nicholas Church Without. And there was also another St. Nicholas Church nearby, just next to Christ Church Cathedral, but it was called St. Nicholas Within. So it was within because it was inside the city walls. Here, St. Nicholas Without because it was outside the city walls. Yeah, so as I said, it was connected to the main nave. What else was done? So all the stained glass windows were installed here during the Guinness restoration. The ceiling, because originally the ceiling was higher, yeah, and you can see it from outside, there is very tall. So they installed the false ceiling that you can see right now. So So it was during the Guinness restoration. All the statues were installed here as well that time. And basically, the Guinness family were always very, very generous supporters to the cathedral. The Guinness sons, for example, Benjamin Lee Guinness' sons, then they donated these beautiful tiles here. Yeah, and actually there is still one place in the cathedral with original tiles from 13th century. It's a baptistry. When you exit the building, just look on the right side, opposite from the tills. So it's like a little baptistry, and there's still original tiles from the 13th century, and it's very similar to these ones. So we can think that they used the original one, original pattern. They wanted to follow it. And some places on this floor in the tiles, you might see the wild boar. So wild boar is a coat of arms of Guinness family. I'm going to show you. It's actually everywhere, but I'm going to show you when we go to the south transept. It's over there as well. So they left their own coat of arms on the floor as well. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just one thing. The Guinness family, they are basically members of the congregation till now. So they still support us and they still here. I guess there's a tradition. I hope that they will help us forever because it's good to have them. Okay, so we're gonna go to the south transept now over there.